What's up, guys? So if you've ever wondered how to start a modeling career, but you just don't know how to start, right? Maybe all you've been doing is posting pictures online and hoping that an agent will discover you, right? Stick with me on this video. I want to break it down for you and show you how models are getting their careers started in 2026. By the end of this video, you guys are really going to understand what category of modeling do you fit into and what market should you be targeting. All right, guys, so if you guys have been subscribers for a while, you would know that I've actually made a similar video, right? How to get your modeling career started on this channel in the past. But what I wanted to do is actually refresh some of those talking points to make it more relevant for 2026, right? And also to make it even more relevant for models who are not in the United States, not in Europe, maybe in Africa or Latin America or elsewhere, right? Where there's less of an opportunity to get discovered. Maybe modeling in whatever country you're in is potentially even frowned upon, right? Or it's just not something that's focused on. So this video is for you. I want to break it down and give you sort of like a checklist to take into consideration as you start your journey. Depending on where you are, what category of modeling are you interested in, and what is your best route to get there? All right, so the very first step, and I say this a lot, the very first step to starting your modeling career is to really understand the different categories of modeling. Whenever anyone says, oh yeah, you look like a model, really what everyone means is like you look like a runway model, right? You're tall, you're lean, you have great facial features, etc. That's what most people mean, but that's not the only category of modeling. That's maybe the most popular category of modeling, but it's not the only category. You could be a fitness model, you could be a lifestyle model, you could be a commercial print model, or you could be a plus size model, right? So there's really so many different categories of modeling. And the very first step is that I would encourage you guys to educate yourselves. Granted, I do have a video on this channel as well, so you can find the education here. Check out that video, 13 different categories of modeling on this channel. But nonetheless, educate yourself, try to find out what are the different categories and which one matches your physique and matches your interests as well, right? So that's step number one. Now, the second step is to understand the markets, right? So let's just say, for example, you're interested in doing runway, which everyone is, right? Your markets are going to be New York, Paris, Milan, London, etc. Those are sort of like the major markets for runway modeling. So if that's really what you want to do, you have to be in one of those cities to really succeed. Granted, there are other markets in Africa, for example. As you guys know, I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. There's a market for runway in Lagos, Nigeria. There's a market in South Africa, Cape Town, Joburg. There's a market in Kenya. There's a market in Ghana as well, right? So there are different markets in these areas, but unfortunately for African models, and I'm actually gonna make a video in the future on this topic, modeling in Africa is not as lucrative as it is in Europe or the United States, for instance. So if you are a model in Africa watching this video and you're interested in runway, yes, you can start in your local market. So let's say you're in Lagos, Nigeria, you can start there, but your ultimate goal should be to get to one of those 4 major capitals in Europe or the United States, right? If that's what you're interested in doing. There's also a huge runway market in Tokyo and in Seoul, South Korea. So don't just limit yourself to trying to get to the United States or Europe. There's also a market in Asia as well, especially for Black models. It's not a huge market, but there is a market, and models there are making a living. So that's another route that you can consider. And then the other thing I'm going to say about starting your modeling journey, if you're really serious about this modeling industry and you want modeling to be your full-time career, this is not just passive income, then you have to be flexible in terms of traveling, where you live, etc. Because that's all models do, right? They're traveling from one city to another, doing shows here, doing a photo shoot here. You're never grounded. A lot of times models live in model apartments, or they're in one hotel or another traveling for bookings, right? So you have to kind of like keep that in mind and have that flexibility during your prime years where you're going to be getting the most of your work. So everything I just said was specific to runway modeling. But let's just say that, you look through all the categories and you're like, okay, good. The best fit for me is to be a commercial print model, right? New York might not be your best markets. There are other markets like Miami, Los Angeles, Atlanta. These are also big markets for commercial print. Dallas is also a good market as well if you're in the United States. And then if you are in Africa, there's a lot of commercial print in South Africa specifically that pays really well. Oftentimes, a lot of models from the United States actually do it sort of like an agency exchange where they go over to South Africa, they get signed by an agency through their mother agency in the United States. And then they're actually getting work, right? I have a lot of friends, a lot of models from Chicago, from Los Angeles that have done that, where they traveled to South Africa for almost a year. They were booking just to, build up their portfolio, right? And it was just great. So you understand the category of modeling that you're interested in. You know what market has the highest volume of work for that category, right? Do the research if you don't know. The next step is to start to build your tools, right? That's gonna get you your foot in the door or get you the exposure you need to see an agency, right? So oftentimes an agency would like to see digitals, right? The way you shoot your digitals is sort of different, right? And you wanna be picky with the type of photographer that you select for your digitals because that's very important. When you're shooting your digitals, you want to sort of tailor it to the category of modeling that you fit into, right? From what you're wearing to how you're posing, if you're smiling or not smiling. So for instance, if you're going for, if you're a commercial print model, you probably want to smile in your digital, right? I know oftentimes for a digital, they want you to keep a natural straight face so they can see your facial features. For a commercial print model, it's good to have both, right? They want to see what your smile looks like because as a commercial print model, you need to be relatable, you need to be approachable. However, if you are a runway model, an editorial model, of course, your digital should be polished. You should probably wear something that complements your body structure. So that's like fitted and neutral colors, either white or black. Natural lighting, those works great for digitals. On this channel, again, I have tips and tricks for shooting digital. So if you guys don't know anything about that, check out my videos. Again, there's a playlist on this YouTube channel. Another thing that you probably will need if you are interested in runway modeling is just a short video of you walking, right? A very short and simple video which can be taken on your phone. It doesn't need to be professional. Try to do it outdoors or somewhere where there's good natural light and just show off your walk, right? You're gonna need this. You probably wanna save this or have this posted on your Instagram account if you have an Instagram account. But as you do your agency submissions, you're gonna send your digitals and you're gonna send that walk. Another thing that you may want to consider is doing the test shoots with a photographer, right? Don't use a photographer that is your friend or just another guy with a camera. Actually try to find a high quality, top performing photographer in your area. Do your research, look at their Instagram accounts. Go through agency pages, look at other models, find out who shot their book, and try to work with that photographer. It's gonna cost you some money, it's expensive. Now, when you do this test shoots, you wanna shoot to match the category of modeling that you're interested in. So if you're a fitness model, you wanna shoot something that looks like a fitness shoot, right? If you are an editorial model, you wanna shoot something that looks like a campaign. And if you are a commercial lifestyle model, you definitely want to shoot something like that as well, right? So you're walking on the beach, smiling, riding a bicycle, that kind of stuff, right? You want to shoot something like that. Because as you submit your book or as you submit those materials, your digitals, your test shoots, maybe even your walk to the agency, it kind of already communicates what category of modeling you're interested in. So the next step, right? And this step is becoming even more crucial in 2026 is to build your online presence, right? And by online, I really mean social media. Oftentimes, especially nowadays, clients and agents, they're requesting to see your Instagram handle, your TikTok, whatnot. That's very important to their decision-making as they look to book models. And then the last step is to apply to agencies, right? I often see a lot of aspiring models that they send a lot of emails, they send a selfie, they send whatever, they DM to Instagram accounts, pretty much like spamming a lot of agencies, but without following the proper procedures that I just mentioned. You have to follow those steps, right? To be taken seriously and to come across as someone who's being professional. As you're submitting to agencies, right? Everyone wants to go for the big names, the Wilhelmina, the Fords, the Elites, etc., right? But you have to consider that most of those agencies are typically, most of the time, only looking for high fashion, runway model, editorial models, and not so much fitness, not so much commercial print or lifestyle. So you want to make sure that whatever agency you're interested in matches the category, aligns with your interest, matches the markets that you're targeting, right? So take all these things into considerations, because if you don't, you're going to be someone who is maybe a commercial print model applying to a high fashion model, and then you're wondering why they're not responding to you. It's because it doesn't match, right? So take this into consideration as you begin your journey. When you submit to agencies, you want to send a very concise email. Oftentimes, if you go on the website, they have a form, or they may have an email where you could just upload your pictures, put in your stats, your height, everything. So try to do that, right? Or you can shoot an email if you have the email address to that agency. Sometimes it's posted on the website, sometimes it's posted on their Instagram accounts. So that's a way you can get that. And then just reach out, send a very short, concise email. Hey, my name is Francis, I'm 6'3", I live in Los Angeles, I'm interested in working with you. Here are some of my digitals, here are my recent test shoots, etc., right? So just keep it really simple and wait a few days. It may even take up to 2 to 3 weeks. So essentially, that's how you can get your career started as a model. Now, being represented is not the only way to be a model, right? You can still self-represent, you can self-submit, you can be a model, you can work with brands directly. You don't have to be represented per se to be a successful model. However, it does help tremendously if you do want to self-represent. I'm probably going to make another video because I think this one's getting long. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Where exactly are you watching this video from? Is there a market? Is there an industry in your area, wherever you are? I would love to help you guys get to that next step, right? So just drop in the comments, let me know where you're watching this video from, and maybe I could have some more tailored advice for you. Couple of things, I'm back. That's number one, I'm back making videos. I took a break for a while, but now I'm back. I have a book that I've written and it's going to be published soon, so watch out for that announcement. And then secondly, I started a modeling agency in Lagos, Nigeria. So that's going to be opening up probably in the second quarter of this year. And it's also going to be a modeling academy as well, where I'm going to be super hands-on, teaching and crafting the careers of aspiring models. So that's it, guys. If you have questions, drop them in the comment box as always. I love hearing from you guys. Stay tuned for my next video. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Stay.